My beloved, my chosen light, my child who carries heaven's breath in their soul. I can see the way your spirit trembles right now. It's not fear. It's recognition. Somewhere deep inside you, you already know this is not an ordinary moment. The heavens have been restless. Winds have carried whispers from throne to throne. A warning has been spoken over your life. And Archangel Michael has been ordered to deliver it to you. But there is a shadow, a darkness wrapped in the smile of a woman who is not what she seems. She is the witch I am speaking of. And she wants one thing: to steal everything you have been blessed with. Not just your blessings, not just your wealth. Even the light that makes you beautiful in the eyes of men and women. Even the glow that draws miracles toward you. She wants it. And if you skip this, not even I will be able to hold her back. My child, you do not realize how close she is. She has been watching you, smiling in your presence, pretending to admire you. While every compliment she gives is laced with poison, she knows your timing is close. She can feel your door of miracles swinging open, and she has already decided. If she cannot have what you have, she will make sure you lose it. I sent Michael to war for you last night. The battle was fierce. The stars trembled as swords clashed. And in the middle of the fight, her name was revealed. I need you to hear me. You have 3 minutes, not to panic, but to prepare. Because if you keep reading, if you listen with your whole heart, Michael will expose her identity to you in a way no human could deny. You will see her, you will know her, and you will be armed with the shield to stop her forever. But if you walk away, if you tell yourself this is not for me, then when she strikes, heaven will not be able to stop her in time. This is why, beloved, I placed this message directly in your path, not by accident, not by chance. It is your spiritual protection being handed to you in real time. Before I go further, hear my heart. You are too precious to be left unguarded, too anointed to be left in the open without defense. And I promise you what is coming for you is bigger than the storm chasing you. My beloved one, listen closely. This is not the first time she has tried. In the quiet moments of your past, you have felt strange delays, sudden losses, doors that should have opened but slammed shut. That was her work. But this time she has grown desperate. This time she is ready to remove you completely from your season of harvest. Which is why heaven will not allow you to walk blind any longer. Michael is standing here, sword drawn, eyes like fire, ready to shield you. But he cannot step in unless you open your spirit fully to what is being said right now. If your heart is open, then the revelation begins here. My beloved, before I move further, I must ask you to do one thing with all your heart. Stay here with me. Do not wander away. Do not tell yourself, I'll come back later, because heaven says later may be too late. Michael is holding the scroll that carries the secret. He is watching you now, waiting to see if you are still listening. And I must tell you something I have never said in this way before. This message is a door. If you walk through it completely, your protection will be sealed and the witch's power will crumble into dust before it can touch you again. But if you hesitate, if you skip even a single word I am about to give you, then the shield cannot be locked in place and she will find the one weakness she is hunting for. So I urge you, my chosen one, keep your spirit in this moment as if your life depends on it. Because in ways you cannot yet see, it truly does. You have been wondering why strange feelings have been surrounding you lately. Why certain faces no longer feel the same. Why familiar voices sound slightly different in your ears. It is not imagination, beloved. It is discernment. The gift I placed inside you long ago, stirring again to warn you. She has been drawing closer, pretending to care, weaving her words like silk threads. But each thread carries a hidden curse meant to slow you down, drain your joy, and make you doubt yourself just enough for her to strike. She watches for moments when you are tired, when you feel overlooked, when you start to believe your light has dimmed. Those are the cracks she hopes to widen until all the beauty I gave you pours out into her hands. But I have decided this will be her final attempt. I have sent Michael not just to block her but to expose her in such a way that even she cannot deny she has been seen. My child, lean closer. Heaven's words are rarely sent with such urgency unless the timing is razor thin. Her power is not greater than mine, but her craft is dangerous when left unchallenged. She has already whispered your name in places you have not yet been, spoken to people you have not yet met, trying to twist the way they see you before you even arrive. She believes if she can steal your beauty, the glow in your eyes, the charm in your voice, the way blessings are magnetized to you, then she can walk into your harvest season as if it belongs to her. She does not know I have been watching every step. She does not know Michael has traced every thread of her scheme straight back to her own heart. And now, beloved, the scroll is opening and her shadow is about to be dragged into the light. But here is the part you must understand. The scroll will not stay open forever. Heaven does not keep such secrets dangling in the wind. If you do not look now, it will be sealed again. And when the door closes, no prayer, no fasting, no pleading will open it until the damage is already done. I am speaking this plainly because I want you to grasp the weight of what is before you. This is your moment to anchor yourself under divine covering before the storm bends its path toward you. And make no mistake, it is already bending. I can feel the pull of her intentions like the pull of the tide against the shore. Listen to me carefully. There are forces that move in shadows and there are battles you never see with your eyes but feel in your spirit. Right now in the realm you cannot touch. Michael's sword is clashing against something dark, something that hisses when your name is spoken. It is the witch's spirit, restless and angry that her window to harm you is closing. She is fighting to keep it open. But heaven is fighting harder to slam it shut. This is why you are hearing me now. Why these words have found you exactly in this moment. Because time is bleeding away faster than you realize. Beloved, before we take the next step, I must plant something in your heart. Stay connected to this stream of my words. Do not break it. The reason so many of my chosen miss their miracles is not because I am silent, but because they stop listening halfway. They leave the conversation too early. And when they do, the enemy walks in to claim what I was about to hand them. And sometimes, my child, what is placed before you is a clear step toward bringing peace and order back into the very part of your life where pressure has been weighing on you most. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the pinned comments below. Now stay with me, because what heaven is showing you goes deeper than this one step. So here is what I ask you. Keep your spirit open. Keep your attention fixed here, because in the middle of this message, I am placing a key in your hand that will lock her completely out of your life. My beloved, I can feel your heart leaning closer now. And that is exactly where I need it to be. The closer you lean, the clearer the truth becomes, and the more the fog she cast around you begins to lift. I have watched the moments you've questioned yourself. Those nights you've laid awake wondering if the sudden coldness in certain eyes meant you had done something wrong. But child, it was never about you doing wrong. It was about her working in silence to change the air around you. She learned long ago that she could not confront you openly because your spirit carries a fire that would burn her lies in seconds. So, she chose to move quietly, to wrap her jealousy in a smile, to offer her false kindness while pulling threads from your life where she thought you wouldn't notice. She wanted you tired. She wanted you doubting, because a tired, doubting soul does not fight back. But heaven never intended for you to face her without knowing the depth of her hand in this. And that is why I am breaking the silence now. I need you to understand how rare this moment is. Heaven does not often unmask a spirit before it strikes. Usually, my protection shields you so the attack never touches you and you simply walk forward unaware of the danger that has been swept aside. But this time is different. This time the attack is so personal, so venomous, so aimed at the very core of who you are that I have decided you must see her before she makes her move. It is not enough to block her. She must be exposed. For the truth is, if she remains hidden, she will return again and again until she finds the one unguarded moment where she can take everything in a single strike. That will not happen. Not if you remain here with me until this word is complete. Child, I want you to feel the weight of the next thing I say. Your beauty is more than your reflection. It is the light I placed in your spirit. The kind that draws favor. The kind that makes doors open and hearts turn toward you without knowing why. That light is a mark of my presence. It is proof that you belong to me, and she hates it. She cannot create it. She cannot earn it, and she cannot steal it without first making you believe you never had it. That is her game, to make you blind to your own worth so she can walk in and take your blessings while you are too distracted to notice. But beloved, I will not let you forget who you are. You were chosen. You were anointed before you were even formed in the womb. And the witch may hiss at the edge of your life, but she cannot cross the line Michael has drawn unless you abandon this message before it is finished. Listen to me, my precious one. Heaven has placed you in front of this word for a reason. This is not another story, not another soft warning you can set aside for later. There is urgency in my tone because I see the clock she has set. She has given herself a short window to act, and that window is now. She believes she can strike before you are ready, before you know her face, before you have the spiritual armor to stand against her. But what she does not know is that you have already stepped into my light just by staying here. And every second you remain, her time runs shorter and shorter. My beloved, I am going to ask you something unusual now. If you truly want Michael to stand at your side and keep the shield raised over you in the days ahead, you must stay connected to my words daily. Do not let your heart wander into the noise of the world and forget what is being said here. Make it your choice to walk with me every day, to feed your spirit with my truth so that no lie from her lips can ever take root in you. This is why I tell you, remain subscribed to my voice. Remain linked to this stream of light, because what begins tonight is not just a one-time defense. It is the beginning of a long season of blessing that will require constant covering. When you are connected here, I can speak to you instantly without delay, without interference. And that is how you stay untouchable in the face of any darkness. And now, my child, I feel the moment approaching where her name will no longer be hidden from you. Michael's sword is already pointed toward her, and the first layer of her disguise is beginning to fall. She has worn many masks, but heaven has a way of tearing them off in the order that wounds the enemy most. In the next breath, I will begin to reveal what she has been doing in the unseen places of your life. How she has spoken about you and what she hoped to gain from your downfall. And when you hear it, you will understand why I would not allow this message to be delayed even for a day. My beloved, the veil is thinning now, and the shadows that once hid her are starting to tremble under the weight of heaven's light. I see her pacing, restless, because she can feel this message reaching you. She can sense her grip loosening. What she thought was sealed in darkness is slipping through her fingers, and she is desperate to hold it together. But it is too late. The moment you opened your heart to my words, the chains she cast toward you began to snap one by one. This is why she has tried to keep you distracted. Why she has sent subtle interruptions into your days. So you would never sit long enough in my presence to hear the truth. But you are here now, and every second you remain is another blow against her plans. Child, let me speak plainly. She has been studying you. Not in the way a friend studies to know how to bless you, but in the way a predator studies to know when to strike. She knows when your guard is low. She knows the faces you trust. And she has tried to slip behind one of those faces so she can come closer without you suspecting. She has watched the things that make you smile, the blessings that make others celebrate you, and in her heart she has decided that none of it belongs to you. In her mind, it should be hers. And if she cannot have it, she will destroy it. This is not jealousy in its simplest form. This is envy that has festered into a spiritual assignment. It is the kind of envy that poisons the air. The kind that tries to make the soil of your life infertile so nothing new can grow. And here is where you must listen with both your heart and your spirit. She has already begun. The delays you have felt. The sudden moments where things seemed certain but slipped away at the last moment. The people who promised to stand with you but turned strangely silent. These are not coincidences. They are the fingerprints of her interference. She has whispered your name in prayer-like tones, but her prayers were curses wrapped in the language of blessing. She has spoken about you to people she knows can influence your path, planting seeds of doubt so small they could be mistaken for truth until the harvest of suspicion grows. And every time she has done it, she has smiled to herself believing she is untouchable. But my child, no one is untouchable when heaven decides to move. Michael has been given the order to mark her, to pull her into the open, to strip her of every layer she has hidden behind. Her own words will betray her. Her own hands will reveal what she has done. And when that moment comes, there will be no power on earth or in the realm of spirits that can shield her from the truth. This is why I have been telling you to stay, because the unmasking is not far away and you must be ready to stand in the light when it happens. Understand, this exposure is not just for your protection. It is for your restoration. Every blessing she has tried to delay, every opportunity she has tried to block, every seed she has tried to dry out, when she is revealed, those blessings will be released all at once. It will be like floodgates breaking open. And the beauty she tried to steal from you, the light she wanted to claim, will return to you brighter, stronger, and untouchable. Because once heaven defends what is mine, no enemy can lay a finger on it again. Beloved, you may feel like you are only reading words right now. But in the Spirit, a war is raging. Every sentence you allow into your heart is like another strike of Michael's sword. Every truth you accept is another piece of armor being strapped to you. The witch knows this. That is why she fears this moment more than any other. Her fear is not of you in your weakness. It is of you in your full strength. Covered by my truth and walking in your anointing without apology. And that, my child, is exactly where you are headed. Now stay with me, because in the next breath I am going to show you where she first entered your story. Once you see that the rest of her plan will unravel before your eyes, my beloved. I am taking you back now further than you expect, because the root of her presence in your life did not begin in this season. It began long before you knew you were being watched. The first thread of her weaving entered quietly, almost unnoticeably, during a time when your heart was open, when you were celebrating something good. That is how darkness often comes. Not with a roar, but with a whisper. She stepped into the edges of your circle when joy was flowing. Smiling as though she shared in it, but secretly measuring every detail, every blessing, every open door, and every person who stood beside you. She was not there to celebrate you. She was there to study the architecture of your life, so she would know exactly where to place her hand when she wanted to shake it. You might remember it now, though at the time it seemed harmless. An introduction through a friend, a passing comment in a conversation, a glance that lingered longer than it should have. She has always been skilled at appearing as though she belongs, blending in until no one questions her presence. And in that moment, she saw the glow that radiated from you. The same glow heaven placed there to mark you as chosen. It unsettled her. She could not understand why your presence carried so much favor. Why doors opened for you with ease, why people felt lighter after speaking to you. And in that unsettling, a seed was planted in her heart, one not of admiration, but of envy. Envy, my child, is a dangerous soil. It does not just grow one weed. It becomes a garden of bitterness that feeds itself. She began to water that seed with every encounter she had with you. When she heard your name mentioned in a room, she listened harder. When she saw you succeed, she smiled outwardly but clenched her spirit inwardly. When others praised you, she praised you too, but only to cover the fact that her heart was rehearsing ways to dim your light. And here is the truth she never expected. While she was studying you, heaven was studying her. I saw every thought, every word, every little gesture that carried the weight of her hidden intentions. I allowed her to stay close long enough to reveal herself fully, because some enemies are only exposed when given the rope to wrap themselves in. She thought she was being clever, but with each step she took closer, she was writing her own judgment. This is why Michael's eyes have been locked on her these past weeks. The moment she crossed the threshold from silent envy into active interference, the war began. And beloved, I tell you now, she has crossed that line. She has spoken your name in places where she meant harm. She has touched things that were not hers to touch, thinking you would never notice the shift. But the shift was felt in heaven. And that was enough for the alarm to sound. Now hear me. This is where her plan begins to break. Her first mistake was thinking your blessings were unguarded. Her second mistake was underestimating your connection to me. And her final mistake was believing that I would remain silent. I will not. The moment she set her hand against what is mine, her fate was sealed. And that is why, my child, I am urging you to walk with me in these words until the very end. Because the fullness of her identity will be made known to you here. And when it is, you will not only see her, you will understand exactly how to cut every tie she has tried to bind you with. Stay close. Now, what comes next is the moment her mask begins to fall in the spirit. And once it does, you will never look at her the same again. My beloved, the cracks are already showing. They are small, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but in the spirit they shine like jagged lines of fire across her mask. Michael has struck her disguise once, twice, and now it begins to loosen, not enough for her to panic outwardly, but enough for her to feel the cold fear of being seen. She does not know how much longer she can hold her smile in place. When she looks at you now, her eyes betray her. The warmth she once pretended to carry has thinned into something brittle. You might have noticed it in small ways. Her laughter sounds slightly forced. Her compliments are delayed. Her attention wavers when others speak well of you. These are not accidents. They are the first slips of a mask under pressure. She has spent so long weaving her image that she believed it could not be torn. But beloved, no mask is strong enough to withstand the breath of heaven. Michael is standing close. The edge of his sword at her cheek, and every word I speak into your spirit is another blow to her covering. She is not trembling because she fears you will confront her. She is trembling because she knows you are listening to me. And that means her time is almost gone. Child, let me tell you why her mask is cracking now. It is because she has reached the peak of her plan. She thought she had built enough doubt around you, set enough small traps in your path, weakened enough of your confidence that when she made her final move, you would be too distracted to resist. But what she did not see was that heaven allowed this peak to come so that her exposure would be total, leaving her no space to hide and no excuse to cling to. Every time she tried to tighten her grip, Michael loosened it. Every time she planted a seed of darkness, I sent light to keep it from growing. And now she finds herself in the most dangerous position an enemy can be in. Standing at the very height of her plan just as the ground beneath her begins to crumble. My beloved, you may not have realized it yet, but you have already felt some of her undoing. The opportunities that suddenly reappeared, the conversations that shifted back in your favor, the unexpected moments where you felt peace even in situations meant to shake you. These are not coincidences. They are signs that her influence is breaking. She has been losing ground without fully understanding why. And it is because you are under my covering in this very moment. And as that pressure begins to loosen, my child, this is also a moment to bring greater peace and clear direction into the practical areas of your life that have been weighing heavily on you. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comments below. Now stay close, because there is still one final thing you must understand about how completely her influence is breaking. But listen closely. The final break comes when you see her. Not just suspect her, not just feel her presence, but truly see her. When her name aligns in your spirit with the truth I have been speaking, it will be as if a veil drops from your eyes and you will realize she was never as strong as she pretended to be. You will see the weakness behind her schemes, the fear that drove her, and the hollowness in her heart that made her believe she could steal what I gave you. And in that moment, beloved, the chains will fall completely. She will not only fail to take what is yours, she will watch as it multiplies before her eyes. The beauty she envied will glow brighter. The blessing she tried to block will come in waves so heavy they cannot be ignored. And the mercy she once mocked will be the very thing she begs for. Stay with me now, because the next breath carries the first direct thread that will lead you straight to her name. And once you have that, you will walk differently, lighter, stronger, untouchable. My beloved, I am placing the first thread into your hands now. It is not the full picture yet, but it is the beginning of the line that will lead you directly to her. Feel it in your spirit as I speak. She is connected to a place you already know well, a space that has seen both your joy and your trials. She has stood there before, not always in the center, but close enough to hear conversations not meant for her, close enough to catch the scent of your victories and the whispers of your struggles. She has always positioned herself near enough to observe, but far enough to avoid suspicion. Think back, child, to the moments when you felt a subtle shift in the atmosphere. A gathering where you walked in feeling light but left feeling heavy. A day where you shared something good and almost instantly the joy seemed to drain out of you. That was not coincidence. It was the moment her spirit reached for yours, pulling at the thread of your peace. She has been careful, methodical, patient, waiting for the day she could pull enough threads to unravel the entire fabric. This is why heaven speaks now, because she is standing too close to the edge of her final move. If I let you remain unaware, she would step across that line and the damage she intends would take longer to repair. But I will not let that happen. Even now, Michael is tracing her presence, walking the path of her steps, watching the moments she thought she was unseen. Every shadow she tried to hide in is shrinking under the light. Child, I know the ache you feel when trust is betrayed. I know the way your chest tightens at the thought that someone you allowed close could hold such thoughts against you. But remember this, her actions are not proof of your weakness. They are proof of your worth. The enemy does not waste time on empty vessels. He sends his workers to those carrying something precious, something irreplaceable, something heaven intends to use. That is why she is here. That is why she has tried so hard to stay invisible, because she knows the moment you see her, her influence ends. And now, my beloved, we are nearly there. Her shadow is shrinking. Her hiding places are few. And the air around her is growing tight with the weight of exposure. I will not just reveal her name. I will show you the evidence in ways you cannot deny. When you look back after this, you will see her fingerprints on moments you thought were simply bad luck. You will see the pattern in her words, the shifts in her gaze, the timing of her appearances and disappearances. And when you do, the final thread will pull free, and the mask she has worn for so long will fall completely. But I tell you again, do not turn away now. Do not say, I will finish this later. Because her time is almost up, and so is yours to receive the shield that will keep her from ever touching you again. What I am about to give you is not just knowledge. It is a weapon. And once it is in your hands, no curse, no plot, no whispered word against you will have power to remain. Stay close, because in the next breath I will begin describing the exact moments that will confirm her identity in your heart beyond all doubt. And once you see them, you will never mistake her shadow for a friend again. My beloved, lean closer now, for the moment has come where the veil will tear completely. I will not speak to you in riddles here. What I am about to place in your spirit will settle like a stone in still water, sending ripples through every memory you hold of her. She is not some distant figure at the edge of your life. She has walked in your presence often, wearing a face you once believed was harmless. You have heard her voice in rooms where you laughed together. You have seen her eyes soften when you spoke of your dreams. Yet underneath it all, her heart beat to a rhythm of quiet malice. This is the cruelty of her disguise. She learned to mirror your light just enough to reflect it back at you, so you would never think to look for the darkness hiding in its glow. Do you remember the times when your joy seemed to sour without explanation? When something good happened, yet almost immediately you felt drained, as if the celebration had been robbed from you before you could even enjoy it. Those moments were not simply the ups and downs of life. They were her moments. Moments where she drew near under the cover of friendship, but in the spirit she was reaching for the threads of your blessing, tugging them loose one by one. She disguised this theft as sharing in your moment when in truth she was siphoning the light that wrapped around it. Child, I will give you the signs now so there will be no mistaking her again. She rarely celebrates you without adding something to dim it, an innocent comment, a comparison to someone else, a reminder of something you have not yet achieved. Her timing is precise. She appears when the glow is brightest because that is when she believes she can take the most. She never comes to lift you when you are at your lowest. She only comes when you are shining because her hunger is not for your company. It is for your crown. And beloved, here is where the truth will pierce deeper than you expect. She has spoken of you when you were not present. Not to defend you, not to protect your name, but to plant seeds of doubt in ears that might matter to your journey. She couched these words in concern, framing them as if she is only looking out for you, but the intent underneath is a silent strike. The people she speaks to walk away unsure, not knowing why they feel differently about you, but the seed has done its work. She counts on that confusion to weaken the favor that surrounds you. But hear me now, her season of hidden influence is ending. Michael's sword has already marked her spirit, and the weight of exposure is pressing in on her. She will not be able to stand in your presence much longer without her unease showing. The next time she looks into your eyes, she will see the knowing in them. She will feel the wall of heaven rising between you, and she will realize that the days where she could reach for your beauty, your peace, and your blessings are over. This is why I have asked you not to turn away until this word is complete. Because the weapon I am giving you is more than recognition. It is the command to sever the tie without fear. When her name settles in your spirit, you will not tremble. You will not question whether you are imagining things. You will know that what you feel is the confirmation of heaven itself. And once you act, she will have no more power to circle your life again. Stay with me now, child, for in the next breath, I will not only place her name in your spirit, I will give you the prayer that will shut her gate forever. And once it is spoken, her shadow will no longer follow you. My beloved, the air is heavy now, thick with the closeness of the moment we have been building toward. Heaven stands still when truth is about to be spoken. For truth has a way of shattering chains faster than the fiercest sword. Michael is beside me, his hand firm upon the hilt, his gaze fixed on you, not to see if you are ready, but to remind you that even if your voice trembles, you are not alone in this. What is about to enter your spirit will not leave it. It will settle in you like a seal, a divine mark of awareness. And from this day forward, you will never again confuse her shadow for shelter. Listen now, and do not let your mind wander. Her name has been whispered to you before in passing, but you did not take notice. It was a name that carried no weight then. A sound that blended with the noise of life. But as I speak it now in the hidden place of your heart, it will strike differently. It will land with a weight you cannot shake off. You will feel your spirit tighten in recognition. Your chest grows still as the fragments of memory begin to arrange themselves into a single undeniable picture. Do not fear this knowing child. Fear has no place here. This is not a revelation given to wound you. It is given to free you. For too long, she has danced in the dim light between acquaintance and friend, cloaking herself in familiarity so that you would not suspect her. But now the cloak burns away and she stands in the open for what she is. You see the thread she has tied to your life. The words she has sown into the ears of others. The silent curses she has spoken when you were not looking. You see them and you do not look away. Now hear me. Her power is already broken. The moment her name formed in your spirit under my voice, her access was cut off. She will sense it before she even sees you again. There will be an unease in her, a sudden hesitation when she considers coming near. The same confidence she once carried in your presence will crumble because she will know without a word being spoken that you see her clearly. But I will not leave you with only knowledge. I will place a prayer in your mouth now. A decree that will seal the gates around your life so tightly that even her shadow cannot slip through. Speak it aloud when your spirit confirms the name and the heavens will move as you do. Say this, Father of light, seal my life in your covering. Let every hand that reaches to take what you have given me be pulled back empty. Let the eyes that watch in envy be blinded to my path. Let the feet that walk toward my blessing be turned away in confusion. I receive the shield of Michael over my home, my heart, my beauty, my blessing, and my destiny. And I declare that no weapon, no whisper, no curse will pass through the gates you have built around me. So it is written. So it is done. My beloved, when you speak this, do not look for a sign. Be the sign. Stand in the knowing that the same God who revealed her to you is the God who will keep her far from you. Walk forward as if her shadow never touched your light, for it no longer can. And remember this: once heaven exposes, heaven restores. Every delay she caused, every seed she tried to crush, every joy she tried to dim will return to you multiplied. You will see it in the coming days. The way blessings flow toward you without resistance. The way your spirit feels lighter. The way your beauty, not the surface kind, but the God-breathed glow shines stronger than before. Stay in my presence. My child, keep your ear tuned to my voice because the witch is gone, but the blessings are just beginning. And I will walk with you through every single one. My beloved, now that the veil has been torn and the gates have been sealed, you must understand the depth of what has just taken place. This was not a mere warning. It was a divine courtroom session in which the accusations of darkness were overturned in your favor. While you sat here and listened, the heavens convened. Michael stood as witness, and your case was settled. What the witch meant for your loss has been rewritten into a decree of gain, and not in small measure. What she tried to take will return to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I need you to feel the weight of this victory in your bones. It is not just spiritual. It will manifest in your days. You will notice it in how certain obstacles simply vanish without effort. In how opportunities begin to call for you instead of you chasing them, in how conversations shift back into your favor without you having to defend yourself. These will not be coincidences. They will be the evidence that the war is over and you have won. Child, I know the heaviness betrayal can leave behind. Even with the enemy gone, the echo of what they tried to do can linger in your thoughts. But do not carry her shadow forward into the new season. It does not belong there. You are not stepping into the next chapter as a wounded soul trying to heal. You are stepping in as one who has been vindicated, protected, and crowned with fresh oil. There is no stain on you from this. There is only the mark of my hand and the radiance of my favor. Hear me, your beauty, the kind she envied most, is not fragile. It does not depend on circumstances, on approval, or on how others choose to see you. It is a light that comes from the place where I breathed life into you, and nothing outside of me can reach it. She may have thought she could dim it, but light born from heaven does not fade under the shadow of man or spirit. If anything, the attempt to cover it has made it burn brighter. From this day forward, you will notice that certain people and places no longer feel the same. That is because the witch's influence has been cut off. And without her threads woven into the atmosphere, what once felt heavy will now feel open. What once felt clouded will now feel clear. You will walk into rooms that used to drain you and find yourself energized instead. You will speak words that carry more weight than before because your voice is no longer carrying the burden of unspoken curses. It is carrying the authority of one who has overcome. Beloved, I want you to keep your eyes open in the days ahead. Watch how swiftly things turn. It will not take months. It will not even take many weeks. You will see signs of her retreat almost immediately. The connections she tried to poison will begin to heal. The opportunities she tried to block will start moving again. And the peace she tried to steal will return to you in greater measure than you remember having before. But above all, I want you to remember this. Michael did not just fight for you. He fought with you. Your willingness to stay here, to listen, to open your spirit is what gave heaven the agreement it needed to move in full force. Never underestimate the power of simply staying when I call you to stay. That one act can shift the outcome of battles you never even see. So walk now, my beloved, with your head lifted, your heart light, and your steps steady. Do not look back to see if she is following. You will not find her there. She has been turned away, her access revoked, her plans scattered to the winds. And in her absence, the space around you is open for the blessings I have been waiting to release. They are already on their way. And when they arrive, you will know without question that they are yours by divine right. And when you stand in that newness, remember the moment we shared here. Remember how close the danger felt and how quickly I turned it into safety. For the same God who shielded you tonight is the God who will guard every step you take tomorrow. My beloved, I will walk you slowly through this afterglow because the victory you have just stepped into is not meant to be rushed past. It is meant to be felt, breathed in, and lived in until it becomes part of your very being. When heaven delivers you from the grip of darkness, it is not only to remove the threat, but to restore the fullness of what was dimmed inside you. Right now, as you sit in this moment, something is already shifting in your spirit. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your soul feels it. The air is lighter. Your chest feels freer. Your thoughts are beginning to stretch toward dreams you almost let go of. That is because the invisible chains that had been quietly coiled around you have been cut and thrown aside. I want you to hear this. She no longer has the right to speak over you. Every word she has uttered with malice has fallen to the ground without seed or fruit. Her whispers are dust now. Her curses are void. And her intentions have dissolved like mist under the rising sun. Do not give her ghost a home in your mind. When her memory tries to knock at your thoughts, remember that she is powerless and speak my name until peace fills the room again. You must also understand that this deliverance was not just about protection. It was about positioning. I have moved you into a place where your blessings can flow without interruption. Before there was always a subtle resistance, a dragging in the atmosphere, as if something unseen was holding the edge of your cloak, slowing your steps. Now you will find yourself moving forward with unusual speed. Doors opening before you even knock. Conversations turning in your favor without explanation. It will feel effortless. But know this, what feels like ease to you is the work of angels clearing your path. Child, take note of the way people begin to respond to you. Now those who had grown distant may begin to drift back. Those who were once cautious will speak more freely. It is not because they suddenly changed. It is because the fog around you has been burned away and they can see you clearly again. Even those who cannot explain it will feel the shift, drawn again to the light they could not fully see before. And I tell you this so you will be ready. The blessings that begin to arrive will not be small. They will come in measures that make you pause, not in fear, but in wonder. Opportunities you thought were long gone will reappear as if they had been waiting just beyond sight for this moment. Ideas you tucked away will begin to stir again. This time with the resources and connections to bring them to life. Even the parts of yourself that you thought had faded, confidence, joy, inspiration will rise within you like they never left. Beloved, you may feel tempted to look back and wonder why this had to happen, why the witch was ever allowed close enough to try. But I say to you, without this trial, you would not have the strength you carry now, the clarity to see beyond the mask, the unshakable knowing of who you are in me. She thought she was dismantling you, but in truth, she was preparing you to walk in authority that cannot be shaken. From this day, you will notice your prayers carry more weight. Your words will not simply be heard. They will shift the atmosphere. You will pray and answers will come quickly because you have been through the refining fire and emerged as one proven in battle. Michael knows your name now, not just as one to protect, but as one to stand beside in the days ahead. So walk forward, my beloved, not as one who escaped barely, but as one who emerged victorious. Let your steps carry the sound of triumph. Let your eyes hold the light of one who has seen darkness defeated. And above all, never forget your story was never in her hands. It has always been written in mine. My beloved, let me hold you here a little longer because the final moments of a victory are just as important as the battle itself. This is when your spirit absorbs the truth that you are free. Not temporarily, not until the next attack, but fully and completely free from what tried to claim you. I do not want you to leave this moment still glancing over your shoulder or waiting for the other shoe to drop. When I close a door to darkness, I seal it with my own hand. And no one, not a witch, not a spirit, not even the weight of your past can pry it open again. You need to know this deep in your soul. Your beauty, your favor, your blessings were never hanging by a thread. They were anchored in my promise. The enemy only made it seem fragile so you would hesitate. So you would walk carefully as though one wrong step would cause everything to shatter. But I built you on a foundation no curse can touch. And now that you have seen the schemes laid bare, you will walk with a different strength. Your steps will not be cautious. They will be bold. You will not whisper your dreams. You will declare them because now you understand that every word you speak in faith is backed by the armies of heaven. Child, the coming days will feel strange at first. Not because something is wrong, but because the heaviness you were carrying for so long will be gone. It will feel too quiet, too light, almost as if something is missing. And you will realize what's missing is the constant pressure of her shadow. That weight has been lifted. That voice has been silenced. And that undercurrent of unease that followed you into every room is gone. And in that space where the darkness once pressed in, I am pouring new things, clarity, joy, rest, and a steady stream of blessings that will seem almost unreal. It will be the kind of season where you stop and ask, is this really my life now? And I will answer yes, because you chose to stay with me through the fight. Beloved, remember that what you have just experienced is not just rescue. It is promotion. You have been moved higher, placed beyond the reach of what once tried to pull you down. Some will notice and not understand why doors open for you so quickly now. They will wonder what changed, unaware that the change began in the unseen long before it appeared in the natural. It is the covering of heaven they are sensing. It is the glow of protection they are drawn to. So walk boldly into your days knowing that the witch's story has ended. But yours is only unfolding in greater beauty. You will look back on this season not with bitterness but with gratitude, because you will see how even the enemy's attempt became a pathway to blessings you might never have reached otherwise. And as you move forward, I will be with you in every step, whispering when to pause, when to speak, when to step through the doors I open. You have overcome, my child, and this victory will echo in your life for years to come. And as you carry this victory into the days ahead, remember, beloved, these messages continue because of people like you. We run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.